Well, welcome back to Castlegoat on the 4th day of winter. Now, I have already set up a couple of designations. I've set up the designations to prepare all of the items that I'm going to need for the kitchen and the distillery. Actually, on that note, I've been meaning to do this for a little while. I just thought of it because I'm going to want to do some military redefinition in this episode as well, following some very good advice in the comments on, I think it was the last video or the video prior to that, where it was suggested that I actually have a militia captain, like a militia commander without a helmet in each squad of militia. If they're not being attacked, they don't need the extra armor, and the commander will greatly increase the damage output of everyone else in the squad. So that would actually be a pretty good idea. Now, I've got everything set up to make the kitchens and the distilleries, and I've decided instead of going with the stone, like I've got granite here, I've got basalt there, I would actually prefer these to mostly be wood. I don't know, there's something about the aesthetic of preparing food on a nice wooden table. I know it's not the most hygienic thing to do, I do appreciate that, but we did it for thousands of years. I'm sure the gnomes have got hearty stomachs. They'll be able to take a few germs here and there because someone decided to make an omelette on the same table that they were cutting up goblin sausages on. I'm sure it will be fine. I mean, they're eating the sausages raw. Do you see a heat source in the kitchens? I don't. No. These goblins they're already quite robust and hearty as it is. We're also going to add some furniture down here. We want, damn it. We want the doors. There's some other things that I've been working on. I have the gnomes currently adding paving to the layer above here and mining some of it out as well, ready for me to work on the market area. I've got an idea of what I would like to do. Much like a market town or market in any town really, I want it to be colourful. I want it to sort of be bright and well lit. I want it to stand out in the way a market would really. Pardon me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. But not literally, you understand. I'm not one for just randomly eating frogs. But yes, we'll be having the market have some nice flooring. We'll even have a bit of a statue going on there as well. I've got good plans for this, but I'm not sure how the colours are going to work. We're going to be using all of our nice coloured stone, so the lapis lazuli is going to feature in there, the serpentine, the bauxite, granite, marble, all of that. But right now, what I need is the sort of a framework so that my gnomes can easily walk around the whole perimeter, and thus it's not just going to be a case of they're building from one corner all the way out. Instead, they build from all of the edges into the center, so it'll be a little bit faster for them. And we are slowly getting up there in terms of the height of this central tower. I'm actually pretty pleased with that at the moment. On that note, I suppose I should go and check on the mine shaft as well. I haven't really designated more of that, so there is more to be done. But first, we're going to check if we can make the food and drinks workshop. So let's check. Kitchens first. I would like, let's see, applewood tables, basalt chairs. Oh, we've only got one, and we've got a basalt knife. So I need to build another basalt chair, I'm afraid. So there, and there. And we'll go and get that basalt chair queued up as well. Where are you, chair? There we go. Well, there'll be a little bit of a wait there whilst they get everything sorted out. I am just going to take a sip of tea, see if this can clear my throat a bit. And even if it doesn't, I just had a sip of tea. I don't care. Right, so next we want to set up the distilleries. So again, workshops, food and drink, distillery. I should already have the tables ready for this. Applewood table and orange wood barrels. So we're going to have those set up there. And that, I think, will look pretty dapper. Where they're getting this large sort of distilling, I'm not really sure what that would be. Is it a tank of some sort from? I don't know, because I certainly didn't make it. But in order to make the statue I would like for the market area, we are going to need a metal worker. And that's going to require, first and foremost, an anvil. So do I make the anvil in here? No, I make the anvil in the forge, is it? Yes, it is. Okay, what are we going to make it out of? We're going to make it out of copper because that's the only thing that I've got a lot of bars of. So we'll make one anvil and we'll move that up. Next, we are going to... Let's see. We're going to need a hearth and we're going to need a bellows. So we should be able to make all of those in this and the carpenters. So where are you? Hearth. We'll want to make that, let's make it out of a stone that we've got a lot of. We'll make it out of sandstone. So a sandstone hearth, I don't think that's the cleverest thing to make a hearth out of, honestly. But if the gnomes don't complain, then I don't care. And a pine plank. We'll make a pine bellows. That should be all we'll need. And then we'll be able to get a metalworks going. Finally, we will have some swanky furniture in the fort. None of these stone statues. No, we're going to have metal statues. The irony being that we're not going to put the metal statue anywhere that it'll actually contribute to worth. We're going to be putting it somewhere different entirely, though it's just going to be out in the open. And I just realized I've loaded the game, haven't I? Are you unhappy? You're going to be unhappy, aren't you? Have I got... Yes. This bug, quite a few people have mentioned in the comments. Whenever you load, save and load a game, so you quit out of the game and load back in, you need to redesignate all of the ambassadors' quarters because they lose their private quality. Even if the actual designation itself hasn't changed in any way, shape or form, it's no longer considered private for the sake of the ambassador, so you need to redesignate it and reassign it. That is worth remembering because I'm finding myself constantly forgetting. So it's worth me remembering, really. Right, so we've got 4 ambassadorial quarters there. That's actually pretty good right now. Let me see. Can we talk to anyone else? Can we send for them? We've got the Scalded Land and the Rainy Gear. Are you still en route? Okay. I'm not sure if that's en route back to us or en route back to their homeland. It's probably the latter, knowing my luck. But I think these are almost all ready. No? They should be. Quickly, chop chop. Have we got the chair yet? We might not because all of the basalt bricks are probably being carted off in order to work on this wall. But let's speed up time a little bit. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning. It's almost daytime though. Now, I suppose one thing I could work on is a new military uniform. Let's see, we've got the guard captain. So what we want then is a militia captain. And for head, none. Body, we want the bone shirt. And honestly, if we could, we would like leather braces. I mean, it would be nice to get all of our gnomes into leather armor as well as the bone shirt, but at the moment we don't have it. But perhaps in the future, because we've certainly got enough that we could, out of non-ogre leather, make full-on leather things. So perhaps I'll actually set this up. So leather bracer, leather greaves, leather gloves, leather boots, and where are you? Left hand. Well, see, this is the thing. Is because I've got 2 uniforms, the goblin slaying and the man slaying. I suppose I could have you just armed for either situation, I guess. So you would want a stone... where are you? Stone hammer and a stone hand axe. There we are. So that will be your setup there, militia captain. Only damn. I want to be able to specify don't wear the ogre leather because that is going to be for actual military squads. But for now, I guess that's going to be okay. Right, so the next thing we want to do is a new position. We've got militia here. We've got commander. This needs to be changed to guard commander. There we are. And then we want a new position called militia commander. The perk will, of course, be commander. So target takes... Oh, that's not right. Oh, target takes increased damage from other squad members when no helmet is equipped. Uniform, we want you to be wearing the... Where are you? Civilian for now, I guess, until we actually set you up properly. But pursue lost targets, maintain distance. Actually, how have we got the militia set up? So... everything except maintain distance. Oh, okay. I had that completely wrong. So turn all of these on. It doesn't really matter to have assist squad leader on, because you're not going to be assisting any squad leaders. Retreat to fill ammo. Again, you're probably not going to need that either, because you're not ever going to have any ammo, and that's true for the militia as well. So we'll turn that off too. Now they're going to try and help the squad leader generally, and someone did suggest that I change this to frenzy. Now the reason why I like disarm is that when they're fighting goblins specifically, it's good to get their weapons out of their hands as fast as possible. So if you can just focus all attacks on the arms, then eventually they drop it. And if you chop their arm off while they're bleeding out at this point, and once their arms are gone, you're going to default to just attacking anyway. But perhaps I could switch this. When I see that we're actually fighting mans, I'll come into the militia formation and change it to frenzy. When fighting goblins, leave it on disarm. But that might be a little bit more micromanagement than I want. But frenzy is increased attack speed when wielding 2 weapons, but decreased chance to defend. So it would increase their attack speed because they always have 2 weapons. They don't have any defense whatsoever. So that may be something to look into. Now, we want the person here to be the militia commander. I'm not sure who the best person is for this, so I may just leave it with who we've got. So, for example, the Watch Fortifications, Dapper McJester has inherited the role of militia commander. Gory Knitters, Sheelab has inherited the role of militia commander. A grizzled war veteran, lost 1 arm, can't wield 2 weapons, but it doesn't matter, you know, she can call out commands so that the people serving under her do not need to suffer the same fate. Got Deathbot the Chef as a militia commander, and we've got Elitus the Tailor, a militia commander, and finally, the Boned Knifer of Martyr, Vastoan, is a militia commander, and unfortunately we have a vacancy. Is anyone not in the militia? No, I think that's our unfortunate loss of Blessed Tiger there. Sad face. But I think this will quite drastically increase the amount of damage that our militia is outputting, and since they're not worried about defense, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. But at some point I am going to go through here and I'm going to arrange the militias so they've got specific types of jobs present in them. And there will be some militia who, when I'm not doing certain things, for example, when I'm not making things in my weaponsmiths and my artisans, they can just be training. And then when I want those made, I take them off training and they can go about doing their civilian roles. That should be an improvement to the fort. It would gradually get them much, much better with their basic weapons. And maybe eventually we'll even give them copper or bronze weapons instead of the stone ones. That would drastically increase the value of the fort. But if these guys are actually competent with the weapons, that would also drastically increase just the Zerg rush potential of our gnomes. So, for now, let's go ahead and let's see. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I do not approve of this. I do not approve of this at all. Especially because you're on your own, you fool! Quickly ring the bloody bell right now. Sound the alarm. Also, my population needs to... I was only just talking about this as well. Okay, well, at least we've done this work ahead of time. I suppose that is something that we can be happy with. So, manslaying there. We also need the militia commander to be in his militia captain uniform. And we want the formations for militia... where are you? Positions. Militia to be frenzy. We'll see how this works out. And also, let's see how many of them there are. There's one there. There are... Is there one there as well? Okay. Oh my goodness, there's 6. And we've got some of our people are asleep. Oh, this is going to be bad. Okay, take it. No. Quickly ring that bell. Quickly ring the bell. Just ring the bell, please. Would you please ring the bell? There we go. Bell has been rung. Are my other soldiers up and moving? Good. Oh, this is going to be bad. You're going to be in a world of hurt if your allies don't get down. You quickly. Get in there, quickly. He is not built for taking this kind of punishment. Though he's still in good health. Well done, you. Right, let's zoom in and let's have a watch of this. Are they going to taunt them? I think they may. Let's have a quick look at the events and see if they've taunted. Oh, goodness. Adstow is suffocating. That isn't good. Adstow falls to the ground. The man's right compound eye has been mangled. She is temporarily blinded and knocked back. Sir Prancy bashed with his bronze shield. Why is Ajsto suffocating? Why are you not taunting, guardsman? Let's just check this out. What? Have I got something going on wrong? Okay, you're all set up correctly. And shield bearer. Taunt. Perk taunt. Nearby enemies have a chance. Only a chance to change target to you. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we want our whole militia in this fight now. Go for this mount. All squads attack. Please survive, Ajsto. How are you doing? Let's check you out. You're probably hurt. Oh, you've just fallen over. Okay. But you're suffocating, it said. That frightens me. Okay, everyone get into this fight now, please. And let's check on the events again. I'm quite worried about this one. Sir Prancy has been stung. Ajsto bashed with bronze shield at the mount, hitting the thorax. Bomberito swings the basalt hammer. Okay, that's cool. Ajsto can see again. Might bounce with the mandibles at Sir Prancy. Sir Prancy. Sir Prancy falls to the ground. Sir Prancy. Any others? Sir Prancy. Sir Prancy. Okay, so it looks like Sir Prancy has managed to pull all aggro off Ajsto. Well done, you. This is what your comrades are there for, Ajsto. I hope you are sufficiently thankful and will be saving the very best mushroom tea for Sir Prancy tonight in the barracks. Mant has died. We've already got one down. Let's check on Ajsto, though. Let's make sure he's okay. Seriously injured his right eye. That's not good. Sir Prancy. No, that's Lizzie, but we'll check on you anyway. Right, okay. Sir Prancy, how are you doing? Fallen over, but that's all. You're lucky you're still alive. You haven't got a helmet on. They have hurt your eye, so they clearly hit your head. That could have gone badly. Alright, let's see how this goes. Another mount, another mount. Okay, it's down to 3. We've got this fight, I think. Okay, and it's down to you. Right, we win. But that could have been bad. And so, how are you doing? Okay, well, Metasapia can sort you out, I'm sure. Right, for now, let's just have everyone switch their uniforms, please. So, yeah, positions. Militia, you stand down, go back to civilian, and Militia Commander, go back to civilian. A little bit of extra micromanagement, but not unmanageable. Again, I'll probably cut out the initial setup of a fight. If I notice someone is about to attack the fort, I'll pause. Or it usually happens when I'm doing other things anyway, when I've faded out to get some building done. I'll just set up the changes in uniform off screen where possible. So it probably won't impact too much. But what we do need to do is ring this alarm bell. So sound the all clear, please. But well done. That was actually pretty good. Are you heading to the hospital? Yeah? Oh, bless you. He needs Metasapia's healing arts. She shall be his angel of mercy. Well, actually, that's usually when someone kills you. No. She will just be his angel. No, that also possibly means you're going to have... She'll just be a nice person who'll come and fix your eye up with a bandage. Not that I really think that applying a bandage to your eye is going to help, but okay. Right, our distilleries are built, which means we can now get rid of this one. Let's have a look at what I've got set up. Pretty much everything being produced to 16. Mushroom tea first, of course, and then everything being produced to 64. We can probably afford to get those a little bit higher than that. And that does show you how much of this is going to be milk, because this is as much they'll have of anything else. So, yeah, interesting. I'll copy those over to these ones. But actually, first I'll let the kitchen finish, and then I'll copy over the kitchen as well. I will have both kitchens working on exactly the same setup. Though I might turn them around, perhaps. Have this one start, have one of them focus on making the ingredients, and then the other focus on... And then, if they've made all the ingredients, make the end goods, whilst the other one does the opposite. Just to balance out what they're doing a little bit better. Oh, is Ash still back on duty? Well done, my lord. Metasapia is very good at her job. Wow, that was a seriously injured eye. Not just an injured eye, a seriously injured one. Well done, Metasapia. But we'll let the kitchen be built, and then I'll fade out to work on that. And I'll also work on some of the tiling up there. Ah, really? Okay, you know what, Honey Badger? We've got enough time. And your leather, and in fact your meat, would be pretty good. So get out there, please, military. Hopefully Ashto doesn't get there first. Please don't get there first. Oh, Ashto, really? Do you need to do this? If you get a horrible wound on your head... Oh. Did it leave? Oh. He heard them coming. Wise move, honey badger. Wise move indeed. And people say you give no fucks. Clearly this is not true. Or it is just that the gnomes of Castlegoat are worth giving fucks about. But yes, we'll get you back in there and we will now set all of this up. So I will pause the recording here and bring you back when I've designated all of the kitchen and distillery jobs. So see you in a few minutes. All right, we have all of the designations set up. And these workshops are being pulled down and the crates are being moved over. In fact, I no longer need those crates either. Ha! That's fantastic. I was about to say I'm going to need to make at least 2 crates just to finish that off. But no. Oh, that worked out well. Okay, so the last 2 crates then can go here. Now, the designations for the distilleries did exactly the same. They are to make tea, strawberry wine, apple wine, orange wine, grape wine, and wheat beer. I'm going to start using wheat beer because we have over 700 grain. So we may as well actually start using this to make some additional drinks. And then once they've gotten all of those up to 16, they start taking them all up to 64 with tea as the first one. This is just to give variety. Again, I don't believe it makes any difference at all, but it makes a difference in my heart and in my mind's eye. I imagine the gnomes have their own preferences for what they eat. Now, the kitchens are set up slightly differently. This kitchen is primarily concerned with the making of sandwiches. So it makes sandwiches. It aims to have 64 sandwiches at any one time. In fact, I'm going to increase that. We have quite a few places that can store sandwiches, and I would like to store quite a lot of them. We are storing some over in the barracks as well. So 124 in total. If they can't make a sandwich, they try to make some bread or take it up to 8. If they've got none of that, they'll make some sausages. Realistically, they'll never get to these in the build order until they've gotten 128 sandwiches, because the moment they make an extra sausage, they'll use a bread and the sausage and they'll make a sandwich, then they'll make another bread and then make another sausage, so on and so forth. We'll just take these up to 64. I won't match that up to 124. I don't think that's oh sorry, that should be 128. 128. I don't think that's really necessary here, but effectively we will keep a stock of bread and sausages in order to make further sandwiches on the fly as they're consumed. In this one, we have the omelette specifically. So they'll try to make sausage omelettes first, mushroom omelettes next, and then cheese omelettes. Now, I'll leave these at 64 because there'll be 3 distinct types of omelettes being made, and that's quite a lot to put out there. Well, actually, maybe I should go ahead and make one. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of meat, so we'll go to 128 sausage omelettes. But we won't make more than 64 mushroom or 64 cheese, because as far as I'm aware, these are inferior to sausage omelettes. I could be wrong about that. Mushroom omelettes could be the same. But from what I understand, mushroom omelettes are just inferior to sausage omelettes, and sausage omelettes themselves are just inferior to sandwiches. Now, well, I should perhaps leave that at 64 for that reason, so that sandwiches will be used first. But we'll go with this. So we'll make 8 cheese, 8 sausage, and keep on going down the list. So that should keep these 2 places fairly busy. They do have a priority each, so that will affect. They're both set to the same thing. So normally they should just do these. Swapping between the 2. It shouldn't really matter, but for now it looks like he is focused on making sandwiches. I would kind of like you to get back inside. Yeah, don't come back out, please. That was scary. Let me check. We've got a couple of lapis lazuli blocks in there. Is that all? Okay, that's not too bad. They're pulling the lapis lazuli box out to build this. Now, I've set this up. I've not decided on what I'm going to have underneath the market stalls, but we're going to have 5 market stalls, and we're going to have a little space for a statue there. We are using all of the different types of bricks. They're mostly decorative bricks, and they're going to be around the market stalls because, you know, I just kind of imagine that's how it would want to look, and there would be streamers and things all over the place. And the statue would have like a little plinth underneath. It would be commemorative for some reason, or would have, you know, someone opened it and they would have a little plaque on it, etc., etc. Obviously, it won't have that, but it will in my mind's eye. Now, let's see if we have actually got everything we need for the metal workshop that we need. Metal worker? Yes, everything is ready. Okay, well, just pop that there then for now. And we'll have that make a malachite statue. I think a nice green statue will look particularly good. Even though it would probably look better outdoors because it would look like it had weathered. But indoors, maybe not so much. There's not as much moisture to cause the copper to go green. But I quite like the look of that, so we'll go with that. But I'm wondering how this is going to look with the white tile, the white block work along there. It actually looks all right, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Right, well, whilst they're all working on that, let's get some more block walls going up. We need some basalt block walls, at least as far as this, I'm thinking, yeah. And then we'll have some fencing, much like we've got out there, going along here. So we'll probably have some a moon engraved pillar there, and then fencing between it. And I think that would actually look pretty nice. Either that or the pillars, but I actually think the fencing would look better. Did I make a block wall or stone? Yeah, I made a block wall, not stone walls. That's good. We want a moon engraved wall of basalt. We'll pop that one there and that one there. And we'll gradually fill this area out. Now, obviously, we're not going to be able to take it all the way up there because otherwise it would break that area. And no one would be able to get up to the farms. Not that they are necessary at the moment, but some of the wheat grain will be being pulled in at all times. And let's check on you. How much more? There's only one more block. One more person needs to brave the outside in order to bring in a lapis lazuli block. And then, finally, we're going to be good. Though one more person will then rush out with a bandage to fill that crate. But I know some people have said that this is dangerous. But for the most part, I think it's been okay. It has caught us off a little bit where someone has decided, oh, I shouldn't run back to the fort. I should run over here instead. But if that had not been there, they might not have made it back to the fort. You never know. I have had a lot of people in my Spider Slaughter Let's Play comment that for the want of a crate dotted around the outside here or there, I lost several gnomes in outside engagements. And it's quite true. So hopefully this will avoid that same fate. Now, why did you drop that block by there? Damn it, did you go to sleep? I think they did. How rude. Oh, well. The other thing I'm thinking of doing, especially for the distillery, because we don't seem to need drink as much, is perhaps set up my brewers to use, to do horticulture as well, so they can help with the planting when they've got no distilling to do, since that is another job that I often want done as soon as possible. Let's just check this out. We've got 88 wine. We haven't actually got enough apple or grape wine, but we've run out of those. We've got 7 wheat beer. They should be working on the wheat beer. We've got 52 mushroom tea. We definitely need to work on that. And we've got a ridiculous amount of milk. Well, I don't think our gnomes are going to go thirsty anytime soon. But look at that. It is finished. Let's see. How much does it take to make a statue for you? Oh, commemorative coin. A statue takes 4 bars. Oh, no. We've only got 3. Oh, that's annoying. I'm very sure we can actually make everything we need for that, but it looks like it's that time for wrapping up again. So in this episode, we've actually managed to get our kitchens and distilleries all moved in, and we are almost done with the marketplace as well. The courtyard is clearing up very quickly. I am very pleased to see. But that is it from me, I'm afraid. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll be joining us in the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.